Good morning, everyone. And I'm Fabio Ferri. I'm the Education Manager of EIT RawMaterials at the Southern Innovation Hub. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to present at this workshop. And I would like to give you some hints on how we at EIT RawMaterials are integrating innovation and new skills. And thanks to education programs like MEITIM, which we support financially, and we try to build thanks to the contribution of our partners. And as you know, one very important issue of Europe, and of course of EIT RawMaterials, is sustainability and the green transition, the green economy, and all this revolution that are starting now. And we, of course, are based this revolution on resources, but not only on resources, and also on talent potential, because this transition and this new future is happening only if we combine the talent with the innovation. And as already introduced by Juan at the beginning of this workshop, you know that the mining industry is really evolving. It's actually a slow adapting industry, but the new technologies are shaping the future of mining industry thanks to integration of artificial intelligence, machine learning, or blockchain, or all the digital twins and things you are maybe quite familiar with. But what is really important is to keep in mind that the future of mining is still the people. So it's still the young generations, it's still the professionals, because they are able to adapt all these new technologies, first to invent them and then adapt to on the case-by-case reality of their operations. And so I think that the main focus of my presentation will be on this talent and the future of the talent. The industry of the future in the mining sector will be highly integrated and multifaceted. So you can see it from this slide that we would like that this sector is typically the one where you have to integrate, of course, the technology, but also the economy, the way to secure resources, or the exploration technology, the education part with the talents, and of course the social component with this environmental, social, and governance, and SLO issues, which is related to the social acceptance of all the operation in the field. And if we have a brief view on this picture, it's a way to depict the future sustainable mining in a modern society. And you can see that from underground to the outside world, there's really a combination of, let's say, modern and challenging places that we have in underground. Of course, the integration of autonomous machines, of a way of controlling the operation and day-by-day basis, a way of securing the safety of the people down in the mines. But also in outside, you can see that, for instance, you have the mineral processing, which is going to be very let's say, profiting from the new technologies, or the monitoring of the mines, or the technology thanks to drones or other instruments where you do the new exploration. So in all this picture, so the environment of the mine is really evolving fast, and we want this environment to be very, very sustainable. And I like a little bit this image because it's very schematic. Maybe it's a little bit simplified, but I think it's useful to understand what is happening now, because in the digital revolution, on the top part of this circle, you can see that the present is where the yellow line is above the blue line. So the technology is increasing and changing at a pace which is much faster than the skills. So the technology advancement requires the people to upskill quickly. And in this transitional period, there's a little bit of stress, which is in both the society and the talents. And so it's what we want to achieve thanks to programs like MEITIM or our education projects. And of course, if we achieve this match, then we will get much faster prosperity for all the society. And this is just an example of from Deloitte Insights, where some key points for intelligent minings are being pointed out, and because the future of mining need to focus on integration of operation and governance. So we need probably for the future mines to have more centralized governance approach to operational. Then mines also need to optimize the technology architecture, so they really want to forecast their future and their targets, and then how to integrate the new technology into this path towards such targets. And of course, in this picture, they have to understand which are the skills needed. And this is where exactly we are, the point we are focusing on the skill gaps and the skill required for the future. And I would like to thank the previous speakers, because she actually introduced some of this skill analysis, which is actually also depicted in this image. The previous speaker highlighted the importance of soft skills, let's say, and the integration of these skills into the programs. And here you can really see a report from the Mineral Council of Australia, which try to map exactly what kind of enhancement is required for these skills. And you can see, for example, in the black line, the current skill type of professional and students, of course. And in yellow, the future skills, which are demanded for let's say, the next 10 years of mining operation. And so you can see that besides the technical skills, which are remaining more or less at the same level, because it's more operational related and possibly more automized and digitalized in the future, all the other skills are requiring some enhancement from the basic skills, so the mathematics, literacy, or whatever, but also the complex problem-solving skills, the management skills, which were also very well highlighted by the previous speakers, where the future engineers have also to manage their teams and their operations very efficiently in a different way. The social skills are extremely important, so the communication, of course, but also the collaboration and with the integration with their society, and the system skills, which is where very much is required enhancement in the future, so that it's related to system evaluation and system analysis, because the problems are getting more and more complex. So system evaluation is really, really important. And we can see also in this image that, let's say, in most of the mining occupation, let's say, we have just a limited portion which will be automated. So this is the forecast. So probably only mostly the occupations which are related to technical parts, but all the other occupation will require some either enhancement or a redesign. So that's why it's really important to think on how we want to achieve this reskill and enhancement. So the new profiles and new capabilities of the future workforce is extremely important. And the mineral industry need to be very proactive in this sector, in this response, let's say. Another point which is very important to highlight is that the mineral industry is probably increasing the number of employees in the future, at least if we look at the also the European situation. We really forecast that a lot of people will be required in the future. And this is just some examples from Finland, because we are in Lappeenranta now, and maybe we can just mention that just in this recent report from the future skills in Finland, the country will need a lot of people. There's already a shortage in aging in Finland. There's an estimation that more than 130,000 new experts will be required in the next 10 years, so it's a lot of people. So it's good reason to come to Finland and experience this country and work for this country and for Europe, of course. And in the metal processing industry, you can see the figures here. Just don't need to go into details, but there's a lot of opportunities, but a lot of challenges as well. So what does it mean? This means that if the future of work will be affected by these technologies, of course, also the education will need to play a key role in shaping this future. We saw in the previous image, in these graphics, let's say very quickly, that all the skills will need to be enhanced, no? And so we will mostly need very, very highly educated people, especially at bachelor's level qualifications. And so the university will need to redesign the curriculum. And this is one of the reasons we are here today, to redesign a very important and strategic curriculum in the mining industry. So now this is a little bit of introduction, a long introduction to our role as EIT RawMaterials and what we can do in this respect, because EIT RawMaterials is a large community, is a knowledge innovation community, which is part of EIT, which the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We are distributed around Europe, so we are covering more or less all the countries, and especially we have a large number of partners in our community from university, industries, RTOs, which are asked and encouraged to cooperate to solve the challenges that I was describing a little bit in my presentation. We work more or less in this value chain perspective. So this is a value chain on raw materials. So our topics are starting from exploration and mining, but going through the value chain to also designing of materials, recycling, and so on. And how do we do it? We do it basically by promoting the community, promoting the innovation, and promoting the education. So if you focus on the inner part of this graphic, you can see that acceleration, which is for us education, is where we really try to enhance the technology, find the solutions. So we ask the partners, we support the partners also with funds to innovate, also in the mining sector, of course. We promote the startups to find solutions and so on. But also, on the right side, we innovate the academy, we innovate the education, and we start from the wider society, from the pupils, from the common people. We go on with the university, master and PhD programs, and we continue with the lifelong professional education. So we will try, what we want to do is to focus on the life cycle of innovators in solving all these challenges and the technology advancement. And very quickly on the label master programs, because MEITIM is one of these label programs that we are supporting actually. And here this picture is an overview of the current programs, the current portfolio of label programs. I don't want to go into many details, but you can see that if we take the value chain down on the left, so the idea was to cover all this value chain with the education opportunities. So for instance, we have some programs designed for exploration geologists, which is RAMANS, for instance. We have a program which is covering the mining engineering running program, but which is EMC. And we have a program on sustainable materials and so on, and other recycling. So the idea was really to create the talents for all the sectors and all the segments of the value chain. And this portfolio is not static, so we are continuing developing the portfolio. And so, for instance, the mining, the current mining master in mining engineer will be discontinued, but there will be a new one. There will be MEITIM coming in the next year, hopefully very soon. And then we have new ones in raw materials value chains, mineral exploration, which means that we are continuously developing this strategy for talents. And as regarding the Master in Mining Engineering, I'm very happy that tomorrow we will have a student, a recent graduate, who will really bring his experience. So I encourage you to also join tomorrow in the presentation. He is Martin Slander and will bring a fresh experience from this. What does it mean for a student to join these programs? And as a general state, I would like to show you what we believe there are the key points and the key innovations in these such programs. The first one is the internationalization. Of course, there are programs which are built thanks to the university partners, more than one university, of course, through the industrial partners, RTOs, and so on, because we really believe that the culture of diversity is important. And especially in the mining sector, we think that we really need the contribution of not only of women, but also in general terms of diversity, because the European society is getting very, very complex, and we need the contribution of all these people. And of course, the diversity work environment is one of the key for the future of Europe as a society. And I think Matti will really bring his positive experience on this. And then we have the T-shape and soft skills, because soft skills are all important in this program and are really required to be part of the curricula. And T-shape means that you have a core of knowledge, which is of course part of your identity as a student, as a professional. But then you have these arms where you are acquiring all the skills needed for these new jobs. And then you have this knowledge triangle integration, we call like this, because we want as EIT community to integrate industry contribution, the RTO contribution, the research centers contribution, and the university, of course. We want the academia to work with industry and RTOs, but also we want the industry to give some indication in developing the programs, to offer internships, to give experience to the students, and really shape the knowledge which is required for the future. And entrepreneurship, of course, it's very, very important that these ideas will come to a reality, and so we want them, the students, to bring them really on our society. And for entrepreneurship, there will be also a keynote tomorrow by Maria, and I will really encourage you to take part also to what she will tell us about entrepreneurship in MEITIM program. And another thing which is important, linking with entrepreneurship, is a new initiative that we have launched in March this year, because EIT RawMaterials does want to shape not only the single curricula of the programs in the university, but they really want to have a systemic change in the university in Europe. So thanks to the strong support of the Commission for Innovation Research and Culture, Maria Gabriel, so we really started this initiative. EIT RawMaterials is coordinating the higher education initiative, and together with the other knowledge community of EIT. And really the focus is to innovate the potential of Europe, so increase the entrepreneurial and innovative potential of European university. This is a very wide and ambitious initiative, and which wants to produce, as I said, a systemic institutional change where all the people in the university system are upskilled. There will be partner, they will be asked to innovate their position, their roles, to be entrepreneurs, and to share the knowledge. Also, this sharing is really one of our ideas. So the knowledge must be for everyone. So we want to share them. There was a very high interest from the university. I don't want to go into details, but we have partners also of MEITIM, which are in some of the funded projects. And we will also have a new call coming right now that was just being opened this week on the 18th of November. So all the participants who are online and who are interested can reach myself or the other education managers for more information. So this is all, and thanks a lot for your attention.